get you. You're gonna be alive and well.
What started out as a hunt to arrest a suspect quickly turns into the fight of his life when an alleged burglar is shot after breaking into a home.
We're not gonna let you die.
Flashlights.
Got it.
We're not gonna let you die.
Body camera footage shows the suspect scream, "I got a baby on the way," as officers rush to his rescue.
I got a baby on the way, man.
I know.
It happened on January 27th in Haines City, Florida. Officials there say a man and his girlfriend and their new puppy came home to find two suspects inside their kitchen.
Now, this is a smaller house, so you have to imagine that pretty much at this point, they're nearly face to face. They're very in close proximity to each other. The homeowner immediately fears for not only his life, but also the life of his girlfriend, not knowing what these subjects are going to do to them. They're obviously in a kitchen. There's many non-conventional weapons such as knives and things there. So he automatically fears for his life.
Haines City Police Chief Gregory Gorick tells Law&Crime Network that the homeowner has a concealed weapon license. When he noticed two suspects inside his home, he pulled out his gun and fired.
He draws out his firearm, which is a 9mm, and fires 5 rounds at both subjects. And then that allows him enough opportunity to grab his girlfriend as well as the puppy and escape in his vehicle. Now, once he does that, he does what he should have done, which is he immediately calls 911, informs law enforcement of what's happening, and in fact is also driving to our police department, which is about a mile or so down the road.
Chief Gorick says responding officers then created a perimeter around the scene, working to find both suspects.
They go inside, they clear in case the suspects are still inside, and they obviously see signs of the subject had fired his weapon. They found some casings, but they also find some blood droplets. They find no suspects, so they know that they have fled the scene. One of my canine officers, Corporal Joseph Elam, and his canine partner Cash immediately hit the ground with Officer Noel Feliciano in tow, providing cover, and they start an active track for both of these suspects.
It's then that a group of officers find a suspect, later identified as Tyriek Washington, in a nearby park.
My name is Tyriek Washington.
Tyriek Washington.
Tyriek Washington.
You okay?
I ain't got no gun, no weapon.
Who else is in the house with you, Bo?
You can imagine it's dark. They don't know who this guy is. They encounter him. They've got to make these decisions. Is he armed? Is he playing possum? Is he seriously injured? Because we know he was shot at. They don't know if he was hit. So, the officers do what they do with their training.
Body camera video shows the 5 responding officers spring into action, working to stop the bleeding where Washington was hit.
Lay your head back. Just lay your head back, okay?
Breathe. In
Just
through your
try
nose,
to
out
relax,
through your
buddy.
mouth.
Okay?
In through your nose, out through your mouth.
I know it's cold. There you go.
You gotta
I
put
know.
pressure. Gotta put pressure. Keep hard pressure on that.
You hear that? That's the ambulance coming, okay, buddy? So just relax. Keep breathing, okay?
So they used good judgment, good tactics, and while they covered the subject, they were able to approach him, found out that he was very seriously injured. They were able to secure him, and then at that point, immediately switch roles from that of, hey, let's find this guy and apprehend him, to now we have a human being here who's injured. It doesn't matter what he did. Let's save his life, and then we'll leave the courts up to decide what happens.
Video shows officers creating a tourniquet as they work to save Washington from bleeding out.
This is gonna hurt, bud.
Gloves.
Hey, man, come on, man, please hurt.
It's gonna hurt. I'm sorry.
Don't
Lay
kill
down.
me.
Lay down.
I got you. You're good.
Don't kill me,
I
bro.
got you. Just hold what you got for right now, David.
Oh, I need to squeeze somebody.
You okay,
Go
Bo?
ahead.
Squeeze my foot. My foot, right here. Right here. Right here. Grab me. Grab me. You okay? You okay? We're not gonna let you die.
Gotcha.
We're not gonna let you die.
Chief Gorick says the quick thinking of the officers likely saved Washington's life.
Based on his injuries and the fact that he was in a park in a position that we found him in, he may not have been found until the next morning if he was lucky. And the way his wounds were and the bleeding, yes, he could have bled out and died right there for unfortunately, some child or citizen to find.
Give me
I'm gonna
another.
get that other one. I'll
Give
get
me
that other
another
one.
ghost.
Keep pressure on that.
Another ghost.
Right there, check in the bag.
Grab my foot. You good?
Put the hair back. It's okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Put your hair back.
Just lay your head back, buddy.
Lay your hair back.
Relax. Put it down. There you go.
Man, y'all gonna hurt me, man. Y'all gotta know me with
Lay
something, man.
Buddy, we don't got that kind of stuff. We're waiting on the ambulance to get here, okay?
Body camera video shows officers on the scene confirming Washington has multiple gunshot wounds. They continue to reassure him until an ambulance arrives.
We're not gonna let you die.
All flashlights.
Got it.
We're not gonna let you die.
Got it.
Pull his head back. I need to get his head back
I got it.
so that I can cut this shirt.
I got it. Put your head back. Put your head back.
I'm moving, son.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Oh my God, man, I'm about to die.
No, you're not. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, buddy.
It's good, and it makes me happy that a video like this can get national traction because it can kind of compare and contrast and say, listen, yes, this happens, but more so than not, these great acts happen on behalf of the men and women in blue and green and tan and all the other color uniforms we wear while we protect the citizens of this great nation.
Lay your head back.
Breathe,
Just lay your head back,
breathe,
okay?
breathe. In
Just
through your
try to
nose, out
relax,
through your
buddy. Okay?
In through your nose, out through your
I
mouth.
know it's cold. There you go.
I gotta
I
put
know.
pressure. Gotta put pressure. Keep hard pressure on that.
You hear that? That's the ambulance
Yep.
coming, okay, buddy? So just relax. Keep breathing, okay?
Chief Gorick says the officers who saved Washington's life were just doing their job. But the body cam of their life-saving measures is a stark contrast to other body camera video that has recently been released.
Like most of us in this profession, we're kind of humble. They're like, hey, I was just doing my job. They didn't expect to get a lot of recognition or anything else like that. Most of us just want to, hey, you know, good job, or the fact that they recognize that it was the proper things they should have done. But they're very excited that they're helping to spread a national message, especially in the wake of what happened in Memphis.
On January 7th, 29-year-old Tyriek Nichols was pulled over in Memphis, Tennessee for reckless driving. Body camera video shows 5 Memphis police officers brutally beating Nichols after he's pulled over. 3 days later, Nichols died in the hospital. Chief Gorick says the similarities between Nichols and Washington are shocking, but the actions of the responding police officers are vastly different.
I think is a great comparison to show that here you have, unfortunately, 2 black men who are both 27 years of age. And in one situation, you had 5 officers who didn't do the right thing and he perished. And here you have 5 officers who did exactly the right thing and he lived. And it just goes to show how when you have the right training, the right leadership, and the right personnel, and it all comes together at the right time, that the right thing can happen. Our greatest asset, such as you saw in this case, where you have 5 individuals who are saving this guy's life, are also our greatest weakness because we hire from the human race.
In the end, Chief Gorick says it's the responsibility of officers everywhere to provide aid to those in need.
You know, as law enforcement officers, and I like to think of us as peace officers, you know, we're part of the community. And again, we're not a judge and jury. We are investigators who protect people, we protect property, you know, we safeguard the public trust. And regardless of what this person is alleged to doing, you know, it's our duty that once he's secured and he's no longer a threat to us, that if he's injured, we have to render aid to him. Even a deadly force situation in law enforcement, if I have to use deadly force against someone and use my firearm to shoot them, as soon as that situation is safe, we de-escalate, and it's now our job to render aid to them immediately. We call for resources, we use our training to do so. It's our obligation.
Washington is now in critical but stable condition. He faces multiple charges, including burglary to a residence. So far, police have not identified the second suspect in the shooting. As for the homeowner, Chief Gorick says he's been cooperative in the investigation and so far has not been charged. Reporting for Law&Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.